Allow me to introduce you. Suzu-san's dad is...
How's it going, everybody? HoodlaMutt back with some more Steins Gate. And last time we were looking for SUZUHA'S father, with no luck in sight, as we were trying to find the source of where a potential pin came from, or not a potential, but a pin that he had, to see if we could find maybe the store owner, but we had no luck in doing so. We split up our efforts to try and fix SUZUHA'S time machine, to make sure the time leap machine gets actually created so that we can go back if we need to, on top of looking for SUZUHA'S father. And we had a nice little heart-to-heart with SUZUHA, and that was quite nice. And now we I think we are on the night of the what would this be, the 12th? So then the next day would be the 13th, and that's when everything goes down. So let's just see where it goes from here. Afterwards, I hit the streets again in search of the pin. But the day ended without a single lead, so I reluctantly returned to the lab and tried searching the internet. A couple of hours later, and still no luck. So far, I've accomplished absolutely nothing. My frustration is mounting. I can time leap again, but will that really help us find SUZUHA'S father? Oh, hello? An unfamiliar number. Who is it? I'm a little nervous, okay? It's me. Hi, Mr. Okabe Rentaro? What? Oh, it's the guy! It's the guy. I thought it was one of the girls. No, it's, yeah, no, it's the guy at the little side, the American guy, or technically foreigner. We don't know if he was American, but the foreigner at the little stand that we went to. Okay. The voice is heavily accented. I can barely make it out. Who is this guy? CERN? I jump to my feet and scan the room, then run to the window and check the road below. No suspicious figures in sight. Kuretsu comes out of the development room and gives me a questioning look, but I waver back inside. CERN? What is that? I gulp and carefully choose my words. Identify yourself. You, one more afternoon, came to our factory, make inquiry, and told me your telephone number, you know? What are you saying? No. Wait. I've heard this broken Japanese before. The strange Japanese filters through my brain, connecting synapses. That's right! It's that foreign street vendor I met this afternoon in Akiba. Identified. Nice to meet you! Oh, you're welcome. I do custom work. Yesterday night, a guest come here I remembered. That guest was please make pin badge same one you had. Wow, what perfect timing, I guess. Dang. Couldn't have timed that any better. It just so happened that he ordered that pin within the 2 days that I was able to go back in time. I wonder if that's on purpose or if that's just very coincidental for plot purposes. I don't quite get what he's saying, but he seems really excited about it. I'll head there right now. Alright, we got a lead. I go to the same spot as before. Although his stand has already closed, the Westerner is waiting for me. Oh, what a nice guy. Wow. Oh! Okabe! Hello! Where did that guest of yours go? Client come here was yesterday time. The blue-eyed white man shrugs his shoulders. So it was yesterday. He contacted me because he remembered. What's his contact info? His name and address. Poison. Guess just for simulation. Private information have nothing. So last night, someone came by wanting to make metal pins with the same design as SUZUHA'S. But he died of poisoning? That guest was just a simulation. So there's no private information? I'm not following. Japanese, very studious in wording private information. Become nervous and serious, yes? That doesn't help. If guest had gave number or telephone number, however, no leak. That is business. Fatigue suddenly weighs down on my shoulders. I don't understand a word he's saying anymore. My head is full of question marks. In hindsight, I should have brought Kuritsu to speak English for me. Yeah, that would have been smart, but she has to keep working on the time leap machine, so this was probably the best bet. I guess I'll just have to wing it. Oh boy. What did your customer look like? Man? Woman? Well, so young. Or so middle. Japanese have young face. Just by look no understand. Anything else? Maybe a judo fighter? Or pro wrestler? What? Judo? Pro wrestler? What do you mean by that? Yes! That wasn't a yes or no question. What the heck do you mean? Balloon. Was balloon. Balloon? Judo? Pro wrestling? Good. No, not good. Are you trying to confuse me? I want to ask more questions, but the foreigner suddenly sees a policeman walking by and runs off. Oh, is he doing illegal stuff? What? I consider chasing him, but decide against it to avoid police attention. I give up. The search has hit a dead end, and we barely have any time left to find Beryl Titter. I can time leap again starting at 2 p.m. tomorrow. Looks like all I can do is wait until Christina's done working, and then leap to the time this suspicious character appears at the stand. That is true, because he did say it was, what, yesterday? So, okay, yeah, I mean, that's a plan. I guess you're super lucky he happened to come right at the right time, so, but whatever. Kuritsu carefully connects the two cords she's holding. Done. The time leap machine is complete. It's 2:30 p.m. on the 13th, about 20 minutes later than before. Kuritsu walks into the lounge with a satisfied look on her face. That's probably because we had to explain all this stuff with SUZUHA. It took a little bit of time more, probably, for her to do that. But that means we lost 30 minutes then. Man. It's just her, me, and SUZUHA in the lab. I had Daru and Mayuri head to Radicon, ostensibly to work on the time machine. Yeah, are they gonna get that done in time? So that's the time leap machine. SUZUHA gazes at the now complete machine in awe. I've already explained to her how time leaping works. It's as different as can be from SUZUHA'S time machine, which can physically displace actual bodies. It makes you remember the future, right? That's pretty interesting. SUZUHA crosses her hands behind her head and looks up at the ceiling. Intuition, sixth sense, deja vu. I wonder if those things are actually you recalling future memories. Oh, that's weird. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I never thought of that.
Some of CERN's researchers in my time came up with the theory that memories are a way of sharing information across world lines. Maybe it's similar to that. I just wish we knew more about Okabe's reading Steiner thing.
I'm glad she calls it reading Steiner, that's funny.
Is it unique to Okabe?
Or does everyone have the potential for it? And Okabe's is just stronger by coincidence. One thing's for certain, my consciousness leaps to the past along with my memories. Yeah, interesting.
I still don't understand why that is. It would make more sense if you experienced a change in the present, like you do when we send a D-mail. Does your consciousness depend on your memories?
I don't think so, right? Memories it's just you remembering a particular time. It's not like, although you could say that a person's like soul, like their consciousness, the thing that makes them who they are, aside from their spirit, is just a compilation of memories, right? Just compiled over the entirety of your life, right? So I guess that could make sense.
The problem is that consciousness doesn't have a form that we can see. Same goes for the soul. Those things are still in the realm of religion. Even in 2036, the existence of the soul hasn't been proven, and nobody's proven what forms consciousness either. I see. That's a little disappointing.
Sending my consciousness back has let me change some future events with more precision than D-mail, but other events are locked in by convergence. I can change the method of Mayuri's death, but never the fact that she dies. I don't know. I still feel like that's a little shaky because most of the reasons she's died was because CERN found you, and you know that they're looking for you. So I still don't fully believe that the world, so to speak, is out to get her. I still feel like CERN is making it happen. I don't know. That's just what I feel. I feel like they're kind of leading us away from that idea, but I can't not see that.
That's not how it works. The future is always determined.
Then why does the path there change?
Because the world line changes. When you leap into the past and take different actions from before, divergence changes, if only a little bit. In most cases, that fluctuation won't amount to more than 0.000001% on the divergence meter. Small changes might not register at all. When you change the cause, the effect merely shifts to a separate, already existing world line.
Right.
Since those two world lines are almost exactly the same, you barely feel any difference.
So we've been changing stuff, but it's just been putting us on a slightly different world line, which is why Mayuri keeps dying. It's not enough of a change, which is why we need the attractor fields to go on to a beta world line instead of the alpha world line that we're on currently, right? Yeah, okay. I think I'm getting it. I think I'm starting to absorb it. There's still certain things that don't make sense, like why we can only go back 2 hours, but whatever. I'm not giving that up. That is still something that is going to stay with me until I can figure that out. Or until I get an answer, anyway. So is that why reading Steiner didn't react?
It's not like the previous world line disappears. It keeps existing as another possible world line. That's the many worlds interpretation, right?
I thought she said that wasn't true. At one point. Didn't she say that was not true? I thought.
In any case, they're not parallel worlds.
Yeah, okay. So is the future reconstructed?
I guess you could say that.
I'm confused again. Maybe it's impossible for me to fully understand the structure of the universe. I kind of feel like I want to know. I feel like this is necessary that we know this because Otherwise, plot stuff is going to get a little messy. Anyway, that's enough discussion. It's time for me to leap again. I explain the situation to Keiretsu and have her activate the time leap machine immediately. Alright, going back again. It's the night of the 11th. I went back about 40 hours. My objective is to keep watch on the street vendor's stand in the hope that SUZUHA'S father might appear. I sent SUZUHA elsewhere. I don't want her to be disappointed if I come up empty-handed. I'm standing out of sight a short distance away from the stand, munching on energy bars and soy milk to appease my growling stomach. Bro, energy bars? Technically, I did granola bars in college, but that stuff slaps. That's how you keep your energy going, man. That's where it's at. He knows what's up. I've already been here for 2 hours. I forgot to ask for the exact time the suspicious character appeared, so I had to begin my stakeout before sunset. Yeah, that was kind of pertinent information, wasn't it? Now it's 8 p.m., and the stand looks like it's about to close. Is this another waste of time? Did that foreigner give me false information? But just as I'm finishing my milk, someone approaches the stand. Is that... I jump out of cover. Oh! Daru! What? Okarin? Daru jumps in surprise. Dude, wait, what? No, it can't be. This has gotta be a coincidence. Don't do this to me. Wait a minute. But I'm the one who's really shocked here. What are you doing here? I was gonna ask the same question. The storekeeper is looking at us funny, so we decide to change locations. Alright, Daru. What were you doing at that street stand? Don't tell me you were trying to counterfeit duplicates of Titter's pin. Fine. I won't tell you then. Is that what he was doing? What? So that's what happened. Daru was the suspicious character the foreigner told me about. So all that stuff about judo, pro wrestling, and balloons was referring to Daru's size? I knew it was too good to be true. What the heck? That's funny. Could he have been more confusing? Dang! It was all for nothing! Good thing I didn't bring SUZUHA along. So why were you trying to make counterfeit versions of the pin? I wasn't trying to counterfeit it. Also, aren't you supposed to be working on the time machine? What are you doing? Hello? Close enough. Well, I meant it as a backup plan, I guess. Amaneshi's gonna be sad if we don't find her old man, right? So if that happens, I'll show her the badges I made and, well, lie that her dad was here. Well, that's not good. That doesn't help anyone. So you'll give her false hope? You don't have to put it like that. Remember, there are good lies and bad lies. Bad lies hurt people. Good lies save them. That is not how that works. What eroge did you get that from? Cladon. And it's not an eroge. It's a visual novel that teaches you the meaning of life. So shut up. Is that supposed to be... so he said Cladden, but is that Clanad or whatever? I've been meaning to play that one eventually. Post a comment if you want me to play that one. I actually want to play that one at some point, but because it looked like it'd be good. But I think that's what he's referencing. Anyway, that's funny. So, should I call off Operation Fake Titter? What a lame name, too. Do you really think that will make Suzuha happy? Daru's expression suddenly turned sad. Amaneshi told me not to tell anyone, but I guess I'd better tell you. He's got a big mouth as usual. Still, he seems dead serious, so I'd better hear him out. I heard this from Amaneshi when we were discussing the repairs. Her time machine can only leap to the past.
Oh, what? Oh, that freaking sucks! Oh, what? That freaking blows. What? At first, I don't understand what he means. Yeah, so does that mean she can never go back to the future then? Unless we can somehow retroactively like reverse engineer the machine to figure out what we did, or whoever created the machine. I'm just assuming that Okabe did in the future. But anyway, to like reverse engineer it so that we can make it go to the future as well, or at least only to the future. Otherwise, she's only gonna be able, like, every time she goes back to the past, she can never go forward again. How does that help anyone, though? Was she supposed to just secure an IBM 5100, keep it safe, like throughout, from like 75 all the way up to what now, or maybe even like 2025 or any of those other important dates? Like, that was her mission, was just to keep one? Dude, that sucks if that's the case. At first, I don't understand what he means. Nonsense. Titter's time machine could travel both ways.
Did you actually see it?
Well, no.
Besides, when you say Titter, you mean the one who appeared in 2000, don't you? I don't know anything about that Titter.
That's right. The Titter I know and Suzuha aren't necessarily the same person. I mean, it makes sense that they probably would be, but I don't know. Although their time machines are similar, there are significant differences. For example, one looks like a Chevy and the other looks like a satellite, unless they were lying, right? I mean, that's always possible, whoever that Titter is, but I don't know. So, wait.
Once she leaves, she can't come back.
Aww. You're saying that if she goes to 1975, she can't return to 2010?
Not without living 35 years in real time.
Is he serious? Does that mean Suzuha's time machine can never return to 2036?
Didn't I just say that?
Then it's defective!
Right. She said the time machine was incomplete.
Oh, that's right, yeah, because it's not CERN's model, right? It was just one that they put together. Oh, yeah. Incomplete? Incomplete?
According to Amaneshi, her old man built it in secret by reverse engineering CERN technology.
Oh, okay, her dad did. So it wasn't us necessarily. Dude, I'm still stuck on that. Like, what if it was just a bait and switch that they were trying to pull? Like, haha, not really. What if Daru really is her dad, dude? That's gonna be so weird. I hope that's not the case. That'll be so weird, dude. I'm just anyway.
But CERN killed him before he could complete it. Amaneshi insists that it's fine as long as she can leap to the past, but...
Are you sure about this?
She said so herself. I don't think she was lying.
So if she doesn't meet her old man before the time machine is repaired, she might never get another chance. Oh, man! That makes it sadder. Oh. So that's why he was trying to make a copy of that pin, as evidence that SUZUHA'S father was here. But making a fake version of her father's pin isn't going to solve anything. A lie is a lie. Thank you, Based Okabe. Based Okabe. A lie is in fact a lie, and doesn't help anyone or anything. Thank you. But if we don't get caught... I wave Daru silent and massage my temples. Need to think. What difference does it make? True, Suzuha might be sad about missing her father, but that's none of my business. My top priority is Mayuri's safety. That's right. I mustn't let my emotions control me. I need to be more rational, more logical. There's a Japanese proverb, he who pursues two hares will catch neither. However, that sad smile on Suzuha's face. Oh. Now I understand what it meant. I feel something tighten deep within my chest. Man, you can't do that to me. Okay, we're another day ahead, but man... The next day, as night falls, I summon all lab mems except Kuritsu to Radicon. It's boiling hot on the rooftop, even in the evening. When I provide Daru with the refreshing gift of cola, his sweaty face lightens up. Yeah, good, we fixed that time. Wow, Okarin! An ice-cold zero-calorie cola! How thoughtful of you! Daru happily takes the cola and chugs it straight from the bottle. Afterwards, Daru and Suzuha start discussing the time machine. Mayuri and I watch from a short distance away.
Hey Okarin, isn't it amazing that the satellite was a time machine?
Yeah, I guess so.
I'm glad Suzu-san wasn't hurt in the crash. I heard it's really hard to drive. If the gravitational whatchamacallit coordinates are just a teensy bit off, the whole time machine becomes a jellyman and goes ploop. And she even said her time machine's unstable, since it's not a CERN model. I'm worried about her trip to 1975. Do you think I should go with her? I wonder if I'd fit.
Oh, now you can't go with her. What would you do in 1975?
I'd cheer Suzu-san on, of course. I'd hold her hand super tight and tell her that everything's going to be okay. Hey, Okarin, do you think the time machine has a name?
If you want to know, just ask Titter.
Oh, yeah! Me? She didn't think of that.
She's so cute. I love her. Mayuri giggles, then runs off to talk to Suzuha. She returns a few seconds later.
Yup, it has a name. FG204 something something, she said. Anyway, don't you think Daru-kun and Suzu-san are a good match?
I look at Daru and Suzuha again. Daru's all about Faris.
Oh, really?
She tilts her head to the side.
Hey, can Miyushi take a closer look at the time machine?
I nod, and Mayuri runs over to the time machine again. Behind her, the sun glows dark and orange on the horizon. As Mayuri leaves, Suzuha comes over to stand beside me. Our shadows are long and murky in the fading light.
Ashita Itaru's amazing. He said if things go well, he could have the time machine fixed by tomorrow. And he looks so unhealthy and slow.
A refreshing breeze blows by. It was quite hot a few minutes ago, but the temperature's finally starting to drop.
Hey. There's something I want to say, and I feel like I'll never get another chance. Are you listening?
After a moment's hesitation, I give a little nod.
I'm really grateful to you. All of you. When I came to this time, I didn't know anyone. I was all alone in a world completely different from my own. This era is so peaceful. That's a wonderful thing. But it scared me. All I knew was the fight against CERN. But now I have friends. Real friends. Who I can share my secrets with. All these people who lived before I was born are working so hard for my sake. It's a strange feeling, but a happy one too. I wanted you to know that.
I've heard these words before. Just like last time, her tone is wistful. Her time machine can only leap to the past. The truth I heard from Daru plays in my head in an endless refrain.
Living with you guys in this time, it's been really fun. When I met you, you were all so strange and unique and over the top. I was kind of shocked at first, actually. But before I knew it, I started to enjoy spending time with you. 2036 is peaceful too. People don't even fight anymore. Did you know that?
I shake my head.
Anyway, people don't fight. Ever. About anything. All forms of conflict, war included, have vanished. Poof! Without a trace.
I just started thinking about something, right? So, her time machine can go into the past as far as we pretty much want. As far as we understand, right? What if we just put ourselves... Oh, wait, but that might cause issues potentially. See, because she went to a time before she was born, so maybe it's different. But, like, what I thought was, if we can fit, like, both, like, ourselves and, like, I don't know, Kuretsu into this time machine, go back to, like, 2 weeks ago or something, with the knowledge that we have now to make the time leap machine, we could make it earlier and have more time to go back, right? It would give us, like, more time. Couldn't we do that, theoretically? It would be really weird, though, because then there'd be, like, 2 of us, and I don't know. I don't know how that would work. Unless the world line would, like, make it so that there's not 2 of us or something. But, I mean, technically, it's physically putting us there. I don't know. It's just an idea.
Instead, everyone has dead eyes, like fish. No one has ambition. Nobody dreams. They just trudge through their lives without a single complaint. Oh, sure, people smile, but they never get angry or sad. There's no individuality. Everyone's a robot. You got really mad at me before, remember? I was really surprised, but at the same time, I was really happy.
Wait, did we repeat the same thing again? Did we get mad at her again? I feel like that would have changed because we knew not to do that now. But, okay. Suzuha looks at the time machine. Daru and Mayuri are standing next to it, talking cheerfully about something or another.
You're all so bright and full of life. I envy you. Shina Mayuri, Hashira Itaru, even Makase Kiritsu. And, of course, you. I want to be more like you. It's thanks to all of you that I'm still going strong. Being a lab mem, even just for a little while, was great.
She smiles then, a soft, sad smile that tears at my heart. So, like, all this time she must have known that her whole purpose was to go back to 75 and just grow up basically by herself with, like, no one else. That's really sad. I mean, I'm assuming that she's going back to protect an IBM 5100 or something, right? I mean, I don't know. This time, I know what that smile means.
Being with you guys, even for just a little while, was great.
Suzuha obviously knew from the beginning that if she traveled to 1975, she could never return.
Change the future, Okabe Rentaro. Make it a world like this one, where people can be free.
The first time I heard her speak these words, I thought she was sentimental because she couldn't return to her original 2036. I was wrong. Forget about 2036. She can't even return here, to 2010. Not without living 35 years. She'll be 54 when 2010 comes around. The present us and the present Suzuha can never meet again. Suzuha chose this mission. To change the future. To save Mayuri. Unless Suzuha travels to 1975, Mayuri will die. But then, what about Suzuha herself? When she leaves for 1975, she'll have to sacrifice everything she has here. How does she feel about that? Do you... Do you regret spending time with us?
What do you mean?
Do you regret making new friends here? New memories? Do you wish you had kept your distance? You've already abandoned one life. Now you have to abandon another. In a sense, it's like you're killing yourself.
Did Hashira Itaru tell you?
Suzuha frowns. Very smart. He's worried about you.
Jeez, I told him not to tell anybody.
Well, how do you feel about going to 1975?
It doesn't matter how I feel.
Suzuha's expression suddenly hardens.
I have to go. It's the path I chose, and it's what my dad wanted.
But you're not your dad. What if we ask you to stay?
I'll go anyway. One of those guys on @channel asked what right I have to change the future and decide the fate of the human race. He had a point. But still, I don't want the future to turn out like that. I want the people in my time to be free like you. Free to laugh and play, fight and argue, get sad and cry. If I change the future, then no one will die. Not you, not Shina Mayuri, and not my dad. Maybe I don't have the right, but I'm going anyway.
What a hero. Oh, I love her. She's just so grown on me, dude. Even if you can never return?
Aw, come on. The 70s aren't a bad time, you know? I'll find friends there just like you guys. We'll have a blast.
Just like that, Suzuha's back to her usual self. But despite her cheerful smile, I am certain that her resolve was forged from fear and doubt, the likes of which few can imagine. I was a fool to think that my words could sway her. Oh, that's so sad. Beneath the clear blue sky, the time machine comes to life. Daru's repairs are complete. Mayuri and I help drain the last of the water out of the cockpit. Crockpit? Making some food in there. The machine is still stuck in Radicon's wall, but that's a small matter. Daru gazes at the time machine with a satisfied expression. Mayuri is jumping for joy, and Kuritsu, who ran over as soon as she completed the time leap machine, is visibly relieved. Meanwhile, Suzuha is struggling to attach her mountain bike to the time machine's exterior. She likes it so much, she wants to bring it with her to 1975. Kuritsu was worried that it might cause a time paradox. My heart is still heavy. Should I let Suzuha leave like this? I chide myself for the thought. It's not my choice to make. Suzuha isn't from this time. If she doesn't want to stay, then I have no reason to keep her from leaving. Suzuha finishes securing her bicycle and turns to us with a soft smile. It's not the painful, forced smile I saw yesterday. We don't perform a startup test. Activating the time machine would draw too much attention. So we're just going to wing it. Fortunately, we have the time leap machine for insurance. My only regret is that we couldn't find her father.
Thanks, guys. Really. I can't thank you enough. Don't forget about us.
Oh. If you want to thank me, then let's make out.
Control yourself, perv.
The lab mems pat Suzuha on the shoulder and offer words of encouragement, each in his or her own way.
Oh, right. Take this.
Oh yeah. Suzuha offers me her father's pin. OSHM *** A7010. In the end, we couldn't decipher the inscription. I still think that that's not a 7. I bet that's a 2.
This is for you, Okabe Rentaro. Keep it in the lab, will you? Somewhere out of sight is fine.
Suzuha? Is she regretting her decision to leave? Is this pin meant to be proof that Amane Suzuha was here, with us, in this time? About the pin. Don't do it, Daru, don't do it. Daru hesitates for a moment, then steps forward. Why don't we make duplicates for all the lab mems? Make it our symbol, I guess.
Wow! That's a great idea!
How unusually thoughtful of you.
I don't know what to say.
We already took a picture of it, so keep your pin, Amaneshi. It belonged to your dad, right?
Yeah. Okay.
I stay silent. There's nothing I can say. I could stop Suzuha from leaving if I tried. But unless she goes, I can't save Mayuri.
Okay, everyone. Da-da-da-da! Mayushi has an important announcement to make.
Mayuri suddenly raises her hands and calls for attention. As usual, she completely fails to sense the gravity of the situation, though I suppose it's our fault for not telling her the truth about SUZUHA'S time machine. In any case, she has my attention. What could her announcement be? Could Mayuri have found out that she's fated to die? I quickly glance at Kuretsu, but she seems just as confused as I am. I don't think she'd be that happy if she knew that, but... then what is it?
Actually, Mayushi found Suzu-san's dad.
What? What do you mean? And you didn't tell us? Huh?
What?
Really? Mayuri puffs out her chest proudly. Oh my goodness, what a little detective.
Wanna meet him? You do, don't ya? Well, he's here with us today. Where?
Everyone, including me, starts looking around. Mayuri has us hook, line, and sinker. I scan the empty event hall, but there's no one else here. Where could he be? Is he dead?
Allow me to introduce you. Suzu-san's dad is...
Is that a drum roll?
Ta-da! Suzu-san's dad is...
Mayuri flashes Suzuha a grin.
Daru-kun!
No! Please tell me that's a lie. That can't be real. That can't be real, please. Oh, please, I'm begging you, please. That can't be real. Don't do that to me, dude. No, that's just weird. She thrusts her finger at Daru. Our mouths drop. Please tell me that's just a lie, please. After awkward silence comes awkward laughter.
That joke's not even logical. It's impossible for this perv to get married in the first place.
Hey, that kind of hurts. I completely agree with Christina. Daru is fated to become a wizard when he turns 30. You could be nicer about it, guys. But it's the truth, so I can't object. Please tell me please tell me this is a joke. Don't do this to me. Daru falls to his hands and knees, devastated. As for Suzuha herself, she clearly doesn't know how to react.
You know, my dad wasn't fat.
Oh,
Jeez, you're all so mean to Daru-kun.
Mayushi's the only one to stand up for me. You're an angel, Mayushi. Do you love me?
Nope.
Ooh! Get wrecked. Nah, he falls back down. That's so good. Harsh.
Mayushi's 100,000,000% sure that Daru-kun is Suzuha's dad. Okay, what's your proof? I was thinking about the letters on Suzu-san's pin. After staring at it really hard, I noticed that 7 in 7010 looked a little weird.
Right, it's 2010. I'm telling you.
It's not a 7, it's a 2. The line fell off the bottom.
I knew it. I freaking knew it.
Really?
Suzuha stares at the inscription on the pin again.
It's so small, I can't tell. It's easy to see on the picture we took.
2010? But that's this year. Then what did the letters mean? OSHM *** A 7010. Huh. That's what's inscribed on the pin.
That's easy. Okabe, Shina, Hashida, Makise, and finally, Amane.
Okay. I mean, yeah? Dude, no, it can't be Daru, dude. That's just weird. What? It was right in front of us all along. We just didn't know where to look. I mean, it's still like a stretch, but like, I feel like that's where they're going with the story. It's weird. It's our initials?
So I was thinking, why 2010? And then I remembered it's the year of the lab mems.
The year of the lab mems?
The Future Gadget Laboratory was founded this year. So that's what it is. And you know, Suzu-san has lots of stories about future Okarin and future Chris-chan, but not a single story about Daru-kun, right?
There weren't any about Mayushi either. That's because she died. Daru's observation startles me. It's an obvious thing to wonder about, but it strikes too close to home.
Well, Mayushi's a lab mem, but I can't make time machines, and I don't like fighting. Of course I'm not famous.
No. The reason there aren't any stories about Mayuri is because she dies in a few hours. Only Kuretsu Suzuha and I know that. And we say nothing.
But Daru-kun's a super hacker, and Okarin's right arm. He even helped Okarin make Phone Wave-chan, so I thought it was strange Suzu-san didn't know him.
So, you're saying he used a different name?
Beryl Titter-san helped Okarin found the resistance, right? And he was in Akiba in 2010. And he was able to build his own time machine. And he knew about Okarin's reading spaghetti.
Reading Steiner.
He knew about it.
Dude, she kinda smart though, I mean, if this is all true.
Doesn't that fit?
Ah, no!
Doesn't that fit Daru-kun perfectly?
She's right.
Do you remember the day Suzu-san went to meet her father? She thought he would be at the time machine offline meet.
We know that because we tailed her.
Daru-kun was supposed to be there too, right?
That meet was seriously important to the history of Japanese sci-fi. At least I got to sneak in while tailing Amaneshi. I don't remember that. It must have happened because of the D-mail I sent. This is the curse of reading Steiner. Although I keep my memories from previous world lines, I don't acquire memories of events on new world lines.
Dad told me about that meet when I was little. I don't remember what he said exactly, but I thought I might be able to meet him there.
So if I'd been at the meet, everything would have been okay?
I don't know. I don't think I'd have picked you out as my dad.
Still, the evidence keeps piling up.
And then there's the time machine's name. FG204 something something. What was it? FG204, 2nd edition version 2.31.
That naming sense. It's got to be Daru. I mean, it's a little stretch, but, you know, anyone could do that.
And FG probably stands for Future Gadget.
So SUZUHA'S time machine is Future Gadget number 204? Yo.
Finally, his name, Beryl Titter, has to be Daru-kun.
Come to think of it, last night, Mayuri asked how to say barrel in Japanese.
Beryl is Taru in Japanese. Right, Chris-chan?
Kuretsu nods. Taru. Daru?
It's a pun? Okay, Suzu-san. Say Hashira Itaru 10 times fast. Why? Just say it and find out.
Hashira Itaru, 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 Hashira Itaru. I don't know if that was 10 times, but I tried.
Just now, didn't it sound like Didor?
It did.
Hashira Itaru, Hashi Daitaru, Hashi Ditaru, Hashi Ditaru.
Oh, and then like, is that why? I wonder if he played off of that. Maybe too. I don't know. For reals?
For super reals.
I can't believe it. But with all this evidence laid out in front of me, I can't deny it either. I mean, it is still a stretch, let's be honest. I mean, that's a lot of hearsay type stuff going on, like very coincidental evidence, but you know, whatever. Everyone's jaw drops again. Only this time we're staring at Daru and SUZUHA.
I think she looks just like her father.
Don't say that. Don't say that. Oh, that's just weird. Don't do that. Don't do it. No. That could just be the placebo effect. But now that you mention it, they kinda do look alike. Nice work, Mayuri. You'll make a great detective one day.
A detective? That's the first time anyone said that.
She's such a ditz most of the time, but maybe she's more perceptive than anyone knows. Ah, she's so smart. My daughter? Amaneshi is my daughter? Yo. Daru, wide-eyed, points at SUZUHA while flapping his lips like a fish out of water. Dad? Dude, that's just weird. Dude, I don't know. Could you call me Papa instead? Dude, this is weird. I know this is supposed to be sweet, but this is weird, dude. They even got the music and everything. It doesn't work. For once in your life, don't be a perv. Dad? SUZUHA tries to hold back her tears, but can't. They fall from her eyes and roll down her cheeks. Seeing this, Daru stops his joking and lets SUZUHA speak. I came, Dad. I came to see you. In the time machine you built. Yeah. I'm going to finish what you started.
I promise.
Yeah.
Watch over me. Okay?
I'm watching. Of course I am. Suzuha walks up to Daru and hugs him gently. Daru awkwardly, but firmly, hugs her back. Father and daughter, reunited across time. I'm truly glad we could bring them together. By the way, was your mother cute? Request petite girl with cute face and big boobs. Dude, why are you... if she is your kid, dude, this is weird. This is why I hate this, because Daru's such a freaking weirdo, dude.
That's a secret.
When Suzuha finally steps away from Daru, she's smiling once again.
Well, that takes care of everything I wanted to do on this world line. Guess I should be going.
Wait! You're going already? Don't you have more to say to your father? What am I doing? Suzuha's mind is set. I know that nothing I can say will convince her to stay. It's madness to even try. If she stays, Mayuri dies. I know that. So why am I trying to stop her?
No, I'm fine now. I'm going to get an IBN 5100, just like I promised.
She looks at us with the face of a warrior. Part-time warrior.
I'll bring it to you here in Akihabara. That's my duty, and I'll see it through. The rest is up to you. Change the future. Please.
Nobody speaks. Nobody nods. We don't have the words. But she sees it in our faces. Resolve. Suzuha has entrusted us with her will and her mission. We meet her gaze, each of us, and silently swear to protect them to the end. The future Suzuha came from is not the future we desire. In Suzuha's time, Daru and I fought to change it. This time, we'll make sure it never happens. Mayuri will live. Kuretsu will be free. Suzuha will grow up knowing her father. We must change the future, that all these things may come to pass.
Well, see you in 35 years. Though I guess it'll only be a few hours for you guys. Oh, I almost forgot. The time machine gives off terrific ultraviolet rays when it jumps, so make sure not to look directly at it.
With that final warning, Suzuha boards the time machine. She waves once, and then the hatch closes behind her. Moments later, the machine comes to life. A shrill alarm starts ringing. There are no other sounds. It makes less noise than I'd expect. People on the street below start shouting and cheering at the satellite's sudden activity. They all look up and point. My phone vibrates. I quickly take it out and open it. The mail's from Suzuha. Oh. John Titter. Aww, dude. Thanks. Goodbye. Goodbye. When I failed to stop her on a previous world line, she sent me the exact same message before leaving. We must have helped her somehow then, or something, right? Or maybe not, maybe it's just coincidental. But this time, the word holds a completely different meaning. I lift my eyes from the message to see the space around the time machine begin to warp. A cocoon of light appears and envelops the fuselage. I squint my eyes against the brilliance. Suzuha. We will never see her again. Not the Suzuha. Yes, we can seek her out in our time. I know that I will make the effort. But the next time we meet, an immense gulf of time will have divided us. No matter how hard we wish it were different, she will not be the girl we knew. All of a sudden, Daru takes a step into the light. Suzuha! I'm sure we'll meet again! I'll do my best until then. I hate myself for not knowing any other way to say it, but I'll do my best! I'll do my best, I promise! So Suzuha, do your best too! His words probably can't reach her anymore. As the light grows more intense, I raise my hand to shield my eyes. Bathed in radiant particles, the cocoon slowly unfurls. The next thing I know, Suzuha's time machine has vanished into thin air, leaving a hole the size of a dump truck in Radicon's wall. The air is thick with the smell of ozone and seems to pulse softly where the machine stood. We stand there for a while, staring silently at the empty spot while the summer breeze blows gently past, as if the wind were fate itself. Unfortunately, we don't have time to mourn her departure. In about an hour and a half, Moika's group will attack the lab. Before that happens, we need to acquire an IBN 5100, the IBN 5100 that Suzuha went to 1975 to obtain. The time machine's sudden disappearance has thrown the area into chaos, which makes it easy for us to slip out unnoticed. See you in 35 years, Suzuha said. 54-year-old Suzuha should be here in Akaba. Before she left, we decided that the time machine's disappearance would be her cue to bring the IBN 5100 to the lab. Well, that's smart. But when we return to the lab, there's no 54-year-old woman waiting for us. It seems Suzuha hasn't come yet. How do we even know she will?
Phew. No more running.
Kudetsu gasps for breath while Mayuri calmly munches on a banana. As I check the lab for any sign of Suzuha, a line of red numbers catches my eye. The meter reads 0.337187%. Is that different? No. Okay, I thought not. Divergence hasn't changed. Reading Steiner didn't activate this time, so I suspected that might be the case. Yeah, see, I thought the same thing. I thought Reading Steiner should have, blipped in his brain if, stuff actually warped and changed. But maybe it only happens when he does something. I don't know. No, it can't be, because when Fadis did something or Luca did something, it still caused Reading Steiner to go off. So, does that mean that what she did was for nothing? That is really sad if that's the case. Let's think this through. I thought that divergence would change the instant Suzuha obtained an IBN 5100 in 1975. But maybe there's something else that needs to happen. Will it change the instant Suzuha hands me the IBN 5100? Or will it change when we use the IBN 5100 to delete my email from CERN's database? At any rate, all we can do now is wait for Suzuha to arrive. Oh, crap. Suzuha's 54 by now, right? After catching his breath, Daru speaks. My daughter is 30 years older than me. I don't know if I want to see that. Feels weird, man. Yeah, so grow up and start actually being a dad, and stop being weird. Maybe you can, like, mend all of the weirdness you've done so far.
You know, it wouldn't be unusual for her to have grandchildren by that age.
You mean I could have great grandkids? I don't know if I'm ready for that, man.
Just be super nice to them. That's what grandpas do.
Please don't call me Grandpa. Oh! A knock on the door interrupts their idle chatter. That couldn't be CERN, right? It must be Suzuha. Please don't be CERN. I'll cry. Everyone looks at me. With a strange mixture of anticipation and anxiety, I slowly open the door. Oh, yeah, come on. Mr. Braun, you freaking... Yeah, tricked us, bro, what the heck? Okabe! Instead of an old woman, we get a wall of muscle. Our disappointment is palpable.
And my day is ruined.
Oh, it's you. Hey, have you seen my part-timer? Mr. Braun peeks into the lab. Oh no!
If you're looking for Suzu-san, she went 35 years. Shut up, Mayuri!
Keiretsu covers Mayuri's mouth. You know something? Where'd that girl run off to? She took the last couple of days off, and I don't know when she's coming next. She won't even answer her phone. We don't have time for this, but I can't just order him to leave. Not unless I want another cracked skull. She said she went back to her hometown. She's probably gone for good. What? You sure? That brat! She didn't say a word to me. The future is changing. Isn't this proof? On my previous leaps, Mr. Braun never came by the lab. This must be related to Suzuha's trip to 1975. Surely it's a good sign. Now, as long as the attractor field doesn't amend history again, Mr. Braun sighs, then turns to me with a serious expression. Well, whatever. I've got something for you, Okabe. For me? He hands me an envelope. Oh, is that gonna be from her? It's addressed to Okabe Rentaro, but there's no stamp or postmark. The name Hashida Suzu is written on the back. Oh! What is this? It's from the lady who used to own this building. She asked me to give it to you on this day. Oh my gosh, what? So she always owned this building, at least in this particular world line. So that's why nothing changed. Oh, what the heck? Who? How did you know Suzu-san anyway? Wouldn't he make the connection that her name was Suzuha? What? Oh my gosh, what? Is that a common name? Suzu-san? Suzu-san. Of course! The name on the back reads Hashida Suzu. Hashida is Daru's surname. Where is she now? Huh? She passed away 10 years ago. Oh no! She never made it! She got to 44, are you kidding me? How did she die? Passed away? She's dead? A wave of dizziness nearly sweeps me off my feet. How old was she? 44, right? Mid-40s, I think. The age fits. Thank you for taking care of this letter, Mr. Braun.
Eh? Is it from Suzu-san?
Seriously? Why did he have it? Mr. Braun clearly doesn't understand our reaction, and we're not about to explain. I thank him again. He grumbles a bit and leaves. As soon as he's gone, I break the seal and open the envelope. Inside is a handwritten letter. The characters are slightly messy, as if her hand was shaking as she wrote it. Our eyes, transfixed, begin to read.
Dear Okabe Rentaro, it's me, Amane Suzuha, Hashira Tera's daughter, and it's been a long time. Though for you, I'm sure only a few hours have passed. The date is June 13th, the year 2000. Meaning I'm writing this 10 years before you will read it. I'll get right to the point. I failed. The date is June 14th, the year 2000.
What the heck?
About 9 or 10 years before you will read this. I failed. I only remembered who I was 1 year ago today. The day Nostradamus said the King of Terror would come. Stupid King of Terror. He should have come and burned us all away. For 24 years, I forgot who I was. All I could remember was my name.
Wait, what? King of Terror? What is happening?
I finally remembered 1 year ago. The day the King of Terror was supposed to come, but didn't. There's no King of Terror, but I want to die.
What?
The repairs were incomplete. The time machine malfunctioned. When I arrived in 1975, I couldn't remember anything. They found me lying in the street like a broken doll and took me to a hospital.
What? Her memories got screwed up, but she got thrown back. What?
Now I've been living on my own for years, and that's as Hashira Suzu, a normal person who forgot the duty and mission of Amane Suzuha I only remembered last year. I failed. I'm a failure. Something went wrong. I don't know what. The repairs were incomplete, but it's not Dad's fault. It's mine. I should have gone straight to 1975. I shouldn't have stopped in 2010, but I was selfish and now the future is doomed. There's no IBN 5100. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. For what purpose have I lived to this age? I forgot my duty and lived a carefree life instead. Now my life has no meaning at all. It's worthless. 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 I wish I hadn't remembered. I'm glad I finally remembered. I'm glad I had this chance to say sorry. Forgive me, forgive me, forgive me, forgive me, forgive me, forgive me! My plan failed. I spent this whole year asking myself why. I finally figured it out. If I hadn't postponed my leap to 1975, this wouldn't have happened. Okabe Rintaro. After the offline meet, you stopped me from going to 1975. I was really happy, but that's where it all went wrong. I should have left. I shouldn't have waited. That was my last chance. That night, there was a thunderstorm. My time machine was flooded. If you can go back to that day, please, please, let me leave. Then, I can bring you the IBN 5100. I can fulfill my mission. Please, that's all I want. I promised Dad. This was his dream. I want to change the future. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. My life was meaningless.
Holy crap. That's so sad. What the heck happened? So because it flooded, we couldn't actually fix it. My hands curl. Crumpling the page, I realize that I'm crying. Suzuha failed. She lost her memory. Her life was meaningless? This can't be happening. Nobody says a word. Their faces, like mine, are frozen in disbelief. I turn to Daru. He's whiter than a sheet. Daru, didn't you fix the time machine? I did. I thought I did. But I mean, that was my first time repairing a time machine. I might have missed something. Missed something? Whatever you missed cost your daughter 24 years of her life! I didn't do it on purpose!
Calm down, both of you. Hashida did everything he could. He doesn't deserve your anger, Okabe.
How can you be so calm?
That's how I am. Sorry. Now calm down.
It's not Daru's fault. I know that. But it can't end like this. It can't! What was Suzuha feeling as she wrote this letter? I look again at the words scrawled upon the page, every character resonant with despair. I wanted to welcome her back with a smile. Instead, this. Suzuha is dead. 10 years gone. Wait, how did she die? Don't tell me. Mr. Braun must know what happened. I run to the window and check the street. Mr. Braun is outside, closing up shop. Mr. Braun! I run downstairs. Okabe! Did you hear? That satellite up and disappeared. Everybody's talking about it. I guess it's already made the news. Please. I need to know. Huh? Know what? Hashida Suzu-san. How did she die? Why do you want to know that? He looks at me hard. I meet his stare unflinching. I don't know anything about how she died. I need to know what her last moments were like. I feel that it's my duty to know, to engrave her memory into my heart. Sounds like you've got a reason. What I want to know is how you knew her. She was an old acquaintance. That's all I can say. A very old acquaintance. But I still remember the time I spent with her. So please, tell me. I don't like to talk about it. But alright. Listen good, Okabe. I slowly nod. And then I get my answer. It was suicide. No! Oh my gosh! She had so much guilt, she killed herself. Dude, I'm gonna cry. The word drops on my heart like an anvil. My knees give out. I collapse to the pavement. Suicide. She hung herself at home. I was the one who found her. Oh. Oh. My life was meaningless. I recall the last words she wrote in her letter. Words of unimaginable despair. She didn't deserve so bleak an end. She became unstable about a year before it happened. Before that, she was a nice, cheerful lady. This building was hers. She gave me a place to stay. She had no relatives, you know? Almost no one came to her funeral. It was a sad thing to see. She handed me that letter a week before it happened. Told me to give it to a young man named Okabe Rentaro on this exact date. When you moved upstairs, I thought Suzu-san must have seen the future or something. Enough. I can't take it anymore. I try to stand, but my legs betray me. I stumble, but before I fall, a small body supports my shoulder. Oh. Oh, Karin? Are you okay? Mayuri. It must be taking all her strength to hold me up. Did Mayuri hear how Suzuha died? Her eyes are wet. Her lips are trembling. Still, she's the one supporting me. Mayuri and I bow deeply to Mr. Braun and return to the lab. When we get back, Daru is seated at his computer, head on the table. Kuritsu is standing in front of the TV, watching an excited reporter talk about Radicon. The disappearance of the satellite is huge news, obviously. The lounge is silent, save for the TV. I look at the table. The divergence meter still reads 0.337187%. It hasn't changed since before Suzuha left. What went wrong? I can't go back 10 years with the time leap machine. I can't do anything about Suzuha's death. Yes, you can. You can go back before she leaves and just tell her not to leave, right? She can help you now. Should I have stopped her from leaving after all? Maybe then this tragedy wouldn't have happened. No. What choice did I have? I can't save Mayuri without the IBM 5100. Suzuha had to travel to 1975, but it didn't even work. She didn't get it, so it doesn't matter. You gotta find an alternate route, obviously. I consider my options. What if I redo these 2 days again? Could Daru fix the time machine so this doesn't happen? Is fixing the time machine even possible? Daru's skills are second to none, and the time machine was built by his own hand, 26 years in the future. It seems logical that he would be able to fix it. Still, it's a stretch though, But look at it another way. It took Daru 26 years to learn enough to build the time machine, and he had to reverse engineer CERNs to do it. Maybe it's unreasonable to expect our Daru to perform flawless repairs in only 2 days, especially with something that's so sensitive. Apparently whatever he messed up and didn't do right, it made her lose her memories. But she still went back. So she went back but lost all her memories. How does that happen? In that case, can I have Daru use the time leap machine and repeat these 2 days until he repairs it? I don't think so, because we're the only ones that can observe convergence, right? Or divergence. So I don't think it matters. I think we have to go back. No. He'll have to start from scratch each time. 2 days just aren't enough. I collapse onto the sofa and bury my face in my hands. Mayuri sits next to me and gently rubs my back, 'cause she's the best. I'm grateful for her kindness. I recall what Suzuha wrote. If you can go back to that day, please let me leave. The D-mail I sent. Could that be the cause? On the original world line, Suzuha leapt to 1975 after failing to meet her father. Unsatisfied with that outcome, I sent a D-mail to convince myself to follow Suzuha and prevent her from leaving. As a result, she remained in 2010 for an additional 4 days. But that night, the time machine was damaged by a thunderstorm. If I hadn't followed Suzuha that day, if I hadn't sent that D-mail to myself, her time machine would not have malfunctioned. She would have arrived safely in 1975. The solution is obvious. I need to cancel that D-mail. But can I really do that? Yeah, it's a little late, right? I don't know. If I change the past so Suzuha leaves, won't that undo the 4 days we spent together? I guess who cares, right? You'll still know, but she won't. So, who cares? Our frantic search through the streets of Akaba. Her heartfelt confession on the roof of Radicon. Her tearful reunion with her father, Daru. All of it will be undone. What do I do? Obviously, this doesn't matter. She killed herself. It doesn't matter. This means nothing, and she doesn't remember it until 1 year, prior to now, and it just destroys her. So this did no good for her anyway. It's better that she remains blissfully ignorant, right? An urgent bulletin pops up on the TV. I look up in surprise. Bomb threat suspends Yamanote Sobu Kaihin Tohoku lines. Darn. Moeka's men will be here any minute. There's no time to think. No time to hesitate. I run downstairs, break into the Braun Tube workshop, and turn on the 42-inch CRT. Then I return to the lab and activate the time leap machine.
What are you doing, Okabe?
Kuritsu demands answers. I can see the fear in her eyes. We can't just leave it like this. I have to do something.
Okabe.
But Okarin, are you sure?
Don't try to stop me, Mayuri. I can't let this stand. There are two options. I can cancel the D-mail that convinced me to pursue Suzuha. Sending a contradictory D-mail should do the trick. Or I can time leap again and prevent Suzuha from leaving. Or do both! Jump now, so that you protect yourself and your memories, and then D-mail right after that. Right? That's easy. It's not an option. There's one option. Just do that. Two options. But really, just one. Do not hesitate, Okabe Rentaro. Hesitation is unforgivable. You already know what you must do. Oh my gosh, she's choosing this instead. Stop pursuit. Last mail. Is CERN trap. That should be enough to convince me to let Suzuha go. Kuritsu, you're good at remembering dates, aren't you?
Huh? Well, sure.
When did we throw that party for Suzuha?
4 days ago. August 9th.
You're sending a D-mail, Okarin?
But won't that make everything disappear?
4 days. It may not sound like much, but in that time, we forged a definite bond with Suzuha. Just go back in time first. It'll give you 2 days to figure everything else out. That if stuff actually changes, if divergence changes, why are you not doing that first? That's the smart thing to do. To send this D-mail is to sever that bond. I know that. I know that! But this is the only choice I have. It's not! You could... I set the phone wave to 97 hours ago. This D-mail should arrive a few hours after the first. Now I just need to send it. Well, it can't be a few hours. He chases her down, right? To stop her, it's got to be like a few minutes. Or seconds. Save Mayuri. That is my purpose. That is what drove me to leap through time. I'll do whatever it takes to save her. This is just one more sacrifice. Erase the time you spent with Suzuha. Destroy whatever bond you had. Send the D-mail. Push the button! Isn't that what Suzuha wants? You'll be saving her from 25 years of loneliness, from ending her life in utter despair. Save Suzuha. Save Mayuri. This is the right thing to do. This is right! But is it really? Is erasing those memories really the right thing to do? You'll still have them! Especially if you go back yourself! Ah! He's wasting time, too! Isn't that just running away from reality? Shouldn't I try time leaping first? Yes! Maybe there's another way. Yes, there is! Go back, then do the D-mail! What should I do? What's the right choice? You just said hesitation is bad, dude. Just do the other thing. Stop. You're starting to doubt. Never doubt. I don't know the answer. But I need to reach a conclusion, or else. I can't. I can't do it. I can't send this D-mail. Acting on impulse, I don the headgear and punch in a 48-hour time leap. Thank you! Oh my gosh, it gives you a little more time to think. Yes! Oh!
Do you have a plan?
I ignore her and bite down hard on my lip. As the taste of blood fills my mouth, I press the button.